Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.
Well, welcome everybody out there in Bar TV land for the feature match in the Rams 2016 Premiership. It's going to be a big one here with Hamilton Hawks second place taking on the Waratahs in at fifth position. We're here at Waratah Oval. It's a big day here. It's Sponsors Day at Waratah Oval. The old boys tent, the Karl Manu stand, it's packed to capacity over there. And it's going to be a great game between two teams who are definitely on the rise here in this Rams 2016 Premiership. It's been a couple of disappointing weeks, I guess, for the Hamilton Hawks, getting beaten last week by the Lake Macquarie side, and Waratah themselves weren't too flash against University, trailing at half-time and coming out to win that. We will be joined shortly by Paul Dan, who, of course, is the second-grade coach here. He was named to play first grade today, actually, but ruled out yesterday with a serious knee injury, so we'll have a bit of a chat about that to him when he comes up into the commentary box. Now, both sides, they look pretty strong. The Hamilton side, of course, without all their country players up in Toowoomba this week, I believe, with their coach as well. Bubba Coleman is up there too. So a couple of late changes, as we mentioned. Paul Dan, who will be joining us in the commentary box, is out. So the Japanese import, Ishimori, he's going to be sliding into fly half for the Hamilton Hawks. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, how he handles the first grade speed here in this Rams 2016 Premiership. Of course, coming up against the South African Dane Sherritt. And Dane obviously on the sights of a couple of NRC teams in playing out of Sydney, and of course, very, very highly rated fly half in this competition. Be interesting to see as well. We haven't seen Cam Davies. Obviously, he was the guest on Ruck Off during the week. Of course, if you do want to watch Ruck Off every Thursday live on Bar TV Sports. Of course, the other partners here as well for this Rams 2016 Premiership, Viatech, NIB, the major partners for this Rams 2016 competition. And we've got, of course, Top Better as our major broadcast partner here on Bar TV Sports. Get in the game with Top Better for all your local markets. We'll have a quick look now at the ladder as it stands. Wanderers getting on top of the table here with the loss to Hamilton last week. Merriweather Carlton in third, playing Nelson Bay today, so both sides will have to be on top of their game so they don't go adrift. We've got Paul Dan, here he is.
Thank you very
much. Second grade, we've just been talking up your performance today in second grade. It's been pretty good out there. Clear winners, 50-24. You're injured. What's going on there, mate?
Oh, it was an accident at home, a dance floor injury at home with my son. And unfortunately, my dog decided to get involved and he took out my knee. So a couple of weeks on the sideline in a brace is what I've been told this morning. So
really?
Yeah.
You did it dancing?
I'm bad. I'm a bad dancer.
What, Michael Jackson bad? What were you doing, the moonwalk?
Yeah, I was just doing Running Man, I think it was at that time. Yeah.
Well, you won't be doing any running for the next couple of weeks, that's for sure. And tell us a little about Ishimori, who's come in today. A couple of changes in the Hamilton lineup. All over the place with the country players still out, unfortunately. Not unfortunate for them, obviously. Always looking to play the higher honours, but Ishimori, tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, so Daiu's a young fellow, about 24, 25, and he's quite an interesting story, actually. He came over he grew up in Japan and decided that he was, wanted to pursue rugby, left Japan and headed off to New Zealand to go to school and play and train over there. And through Bubba's connections, as you can probably tell. He's ended up with us, and he'll be very dangerous today. He's a good ball runner. He's solid. He's good in defence. It'll just be a matter of whether our team can sort of, I suppose, react to the change this late.
Well, it's up to, I guess, Paddy Kilmurray and Tanner Lautai in the midfield to, I guess, steer the ship around for the Hamilton side today. Coming up, a very good backline in Waratah. Dane Sherritt, Carl Manu, Tian Lutz. Very good, formidable midfield pairing for them.
That's right.
It'll be a good test out there. Vasagotti, he's in brilliant form for you guys.
He's on fire, yeah, if you say so. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Like, you have a look at that back line there for Waratah, and there's points in this game. I actually was on the Bar TV commentary last year for the same game, and I think we ended up having like a points fest. So with good conditions today, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Carl's come back from his surgery. Looking forward to seeing the new halfback Cam Davies, and I think that it'll be a close one today. I think it'll be a points fest, but close.
Well, it'll be a completely different game to the one we saw on Bar TV Sports in the first round, where Hamilton coming out clear winners. I guess Garrett Weaver comes into the front row as well for Backwich. Yeah. Talk us through that change. I mean, he's been in pretty good form, Weaver, playing in the second grade.
Yeah, that's it. He just deserves a chance, basically. And Backo being the man he is, he took that on his chin, and he'd already he's played second grade today. So Garrett's just been carrying strong. He's a good scrummager. He's a Welshman. He loves his scrums, so we're hoping he comes in and there won't be too much change. What you miss is with Backo, you'd pick up with other things with Garrett, but it would have been certainly handy. We're lucky. We're in a fortunate position where you've got two guys that are quality players, so it's just an opportunity for him.
Yeah, and Brennan, he'll be starting in the second row with, I think, Nagy coming to the side. Is that correct? There's a couple of changes there. They will be playing in the same jersey, 4, 5 and 6, Nagy, Wood and Brennan, but there's a couple of, I guess, swapping around in the scrum.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and there's a fair bit of mobility there as well, so I think you'll probably see the Hawks swinging it from side to side, trying to catch out those big guys like Mungie out in those 15-metre channels. So it should be pretty, I think it's going to be a really entertaining game. It'll be real open, and hopefully we can get Rockabaro, like Seva, out in those edges and see him running, because that's the best way to see him playing. So yeah.
Well, plenty of raps as well for the Waratah side on Lalaga and Rokatola as well. Lalaga's come in the last couple of weeks, and he's an absolute wrecking ball. He's devastating when he runs. So it'll be interesting to see how this Hamilton Hawks side contain him. And Dylan Hines as well. He's no slouch, especially defensively. He picks them off, and he's one of the keys to this Waratah's pack in maintaining some momentum.
Heinzie's probably one of my favourite players, actually. He's just so solid around the field. He plays well above his weight, as you've seen, you know what I mean? He dominates a line out. That'll be an area that Waratah are really trying to attack Hamilton this afternoon, I think, and it'll be a matter of whether or not Hamilton can react to that. Having said that, Heinzie's way, brings so much to the game in terms of his support play, tackles like a maniac. Yeah, good player, really good player.
Yeah, definitely. And will we see Walkling slip into the 10 spot, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Like, he's got some pretty strict instructions. We need hands on your ball because he's a quality ball runner. So definitely he'll be getting up into that primary line of attack for sure.
Well, Liam Carney as well. He's playing halfback here today for the Hamilton side. I'm impressed with Liam Carney early on in the season. He had a couple of good opportunities and he took them. And, he's fortunate enough to be up here in the top grade as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He deserves it. He's a quality player. He's come to us from playing first grade with other clubs and just wanted an opportunity to train and perhaps prepare a bit better, prepare his body a little bit better. And so there's no sort of animosity there between the club that he's come from. But having said that, he's made every stone a winner, every stone he's turned a winner. And I think that he's ready for a big game today. I thought he was a little quiet last week against Lake Macquarie, so I think he's one of those sort of guys that'll want to bounce back hard.
Yeah, certainly will. And is the club missing Bubba up in country duties or flourishing without him?
Oh, mate, I'm on radio, so I'm on TV, so I better say that we are. Obviously he brings that sort of clarity that he wants out of the game plan, out of the boys, and that hilarity in the sheds to keep us all relaxed and things like that. So obviously you're missing your head coach, but having said that, Paul Nixon steps in his place and alongside Ross Duncan, and you've got two great minds there that sort of are hard to come by. So we're very, very fortunate that we've got that there. So yeah.
Well, certainly Ross Duncan, one of one of the more free-flowing thinkers in this Rams 2016 Premiership. Of course, Viatech and NIB, the partners as well. Specsavers, the key partners of the referees here. We saw the Specsavers ad run just before, and it's a weird one with a teddy bear. I don't really quite get it, but I'm sure the referees enjoy getting the sponsorship money, putting into grassroots Specsavers. So thank you to those guys as well. It's a big day. It's Sponsors Day here today. The crowd's buzzing here.
Yeah, it's picking up, isn't it?
Paul?
So, yeah, and I think there's a certain amount of irony there with Specsavers sort of sponsoring the referees. I'm not going to go any further than that. But in relation to the sponsors, yeah, this crowd is building. It's building, and they know it's going to be a good game. I suppose the teams aren't far from getting out on the field. I can see Jared just doing his last, Jared Logan, referee, doing his last little preparation. So, it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, it's going to be absolute builder. There's the sponsors tent over there, the Carl Manu stand.
There's Paul Murphy.
Paul Murphy, he's in amongst it. Good contributor, Waratah Rugby over the years.
What was Turns doing there? He's one of our sponsors. He's just weaseled his way in there.
He can sniff a free beer anywhere, Paul. And plenty of beer flowing here today. Of course, Tui's one of the drinking partners of this Rams 2016 Premiership. It's going to be a big match as we see Logan coming to the fence. The premier referee in Premier Rugby, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. He will allow for a game here. This is what the competition needs, is our best referee on our best game. And that's not to say the other guys aren't doing a great job. They all do a wonderful job. So here come the Waratahs. I'll let you take it away.
Well, Karmanu, he leads the side out here at Waratah Oval, and it's going to be a massive day of rugby here, an afternoon of rugby, playing in those special jerseys today. The blue, sponsored by the Greater Bank, of course.
They look sick. They're awesome.
Yeah, definitely. They're certainly different to the red of Waratah we usually expect, but of course the Greater Bank launching, and they've set up shop in Waratah Village. And I tell you what, Waratah Village, one of my favourite places to shop.
It's wonderful.
Danny?
24-hour Kmart there, so it's a great spot to shop.
You never know when you need a light stand, mate.
Exactly. Or a ball to play for with your kid with, I suppose.
That's right. Seva Rockabora, he's captain here today. That's interesting. He's been captain for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, doing a really, really good job. He's one of those guys that's real quiet in how he goes about things, lets his actions do the talking rather than words, and he's really taking to that. He might be putting Steve Lamont out of a job, I think, at the moment. So, yeah. The boys are just this is one of our boys who's been a club legend here, number 18, Glenn Ernst.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, hasn't he?
You can tell by the colour of his beard.
I love his beard. He's been growing that since he was a young colt at Hamilton.
Never chopped it.
Never shaved, never scored a try.
That's probably right.
We see Maxwell out there as well, the veteran, Peter the Body Maxwell.
Oh, he's a body
out there.
Yeah.
And the cricket pitch, it looks pretty dry, so looking to probably play it wide here today and exploit the edges, both sides. Yep. Really going to test themselves. Carl Manu, it's good to see him back in Waratah's colours on Bar TV Sports.
Absolutely, yeah. Quality player, quality dude, and he just brings that extra set of hands to him. Like, sort of, he can play tough, but he can also play real you can play really like out the back and things like that. So he's a good player. We'll have to keep our eyes on him this afternoon.
Well, the kids are up in the trees. The teams are out there. Hamilton will be kicking off, running a right to left on your screens at home. And here we go. It's showtime here in the Rams 2016 feature match between Hamilton and Waratah. It was a good take on the far side there by the Waratah side. Rockatolo it was, getting up. And this is good defence by the Hamilton side, really rushing.
Yeah, the line speeds should be high early in the game for sure.
Well, that was Peniata that took it up there. Another fairly new inclusion. That's a turnover here. Here comes Rockabaro. He's almost through, gets that big arm free, can't offload. 22 out now, the Hawks. And again, good defence, countering by the Tars. They turn the ball over.
Yeah, big defence, and that's what they need to do, is just really shut down Hamilton's options. Similar maybe from the side there, but
good
play
clean
on.
out by So. Yeah. That's a penalty to Waratah's. Definitely not from the side, from this angle. And Jared Logan agrees with me. I'm sure you're shaking your head at that decision, though, Paul.
Oh, well, the referee said what it is, so he's got to comment.
So we Sherritt now looking for the touch finder. And such an asset to have Sherritt out there. He has a mammoth boot on him and advances them probably about 50 metres up the field there.
Yeah, and it's accurate too.
Yep.
That's the thing, you know. The accuracy of his kicking game is the thing that's his real strength. So, yeah, he'll be that combination between him and Manu this afternoon should be really interesting to see.
Comes up, goes over the top, bounces. Davies can't pick up. Hines cleans up.
Plenty of time for Hinesy.
Oh, nicely hit in the middle there by Rockabora. His defence certainly has been something that's picked up over the last years. Manu gets the ball in behind. Tian Lutz. First time we've seen him in the feature match on Bar TV Sports here. It goes back all the way to Sherrod, who plays field position. And that is a very good kick by.
Yeah, needed to catch it on full, didn't he?
So here's Vuri.
Hammered.
Pops up, so now Peniata getting the ball. He looks dangerous, Peniata, but that's a wayward ball. Bounces up nicely, though, from Manu. Heemskirk. Another South African here for the Waratahs club. They've done well recruiting. So they're building some pressure here now, the Waratahs. They go to the right. Manu has it. Oh, that's a good run and a good hit. Rockaboro. It's going to be a good matchup. Peniata and Rockaboro today.
Turnover in.
Nice turnover by the Hawks. Good counter-rucking. But that's going to be a penalty, and that is in kicking distance for the sharpshooter, Sherrod.
Yeah, that's
7 here now.
the thing that's hurting the Hawks is the discipline at the moment. As we just listened to the referee tell us what's happened here.
Right.
It's just dropped out, but I think for what he's saying, his entry into the ruck was wrong for Tweedy Ussie there for Hamilton. So this should put the Waratah up by 3. You'd think early on in the game.
Yeah, definitely. As we mentioned early before you came in the commentary box, Sherrod, he's on the sides of a couple of NRC sides out of Sydney.
Yeah, okay.
I know Darren Coleman certainly
Yep.
has been having a look at him.
Yeah, good player. He's certainly got that pedigree. I know that he played some high levels up in over in South Africa before he came over here. So he's obviously found a home here at Waratah. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if someone like him is getting some some sort of, I suppose, attention from those Sydney clubs for sure. He certainly wants it. I know that he's keen on it. So yeah.
Well, here's the first kick of the match. Sherrod. He strikes it, looks nice, and asks no questions. It's over.
Get no answers.
Of course, New Pave as well, one of the major sponsors here for the Waratahs.
That's a good start for Waratah. You know, that's the first entry into the into the Hawks half, and they go away with 3 points. So they'll be happy with that. Coach Chigi will be all over that.
So Ishimori with a nice high restart again. Oh, letting it bounce. So the Hamilton Hawks with a chance to immediately get some points back here.
Should go wide.
They go down the short side. Comes out Ishimori. Oh, coming up fast with Sherrod. Looks like he got a hand to it, but it's going to be play on, is it? No, Logan. He spotted it. Luckily, I didn't think he blew his whistle there.
He was very calm about it, wasn't he? I think a few hearts were pounding in the Hawks side of the grandstand, that's for sure.
Well, you see Sherrod out there with a cheeky little grin. Thought he may have got away with it.
Might be right, you know. I'm not sure he actually played at it, so could have been a harsh one there. I wonder if he would have had the gas.
So this is a completely, I guess, new backline to what we saw in the first round for this Waratah side. Yet to see it click. The Hamilton side through Kilmurray will probably be the straightener here.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they get Paddy involved early, because the sooner he gets his hands on the ball, the sooner he starts to turn into that game breaker that he can be. So,
well, defensively, he's the best centre in the competition at the moment.
No doubt. Yeah, it's probably him in defence and maybe Strawny in attack. You think Jay Strawn?
Yeah, definitely
from Carlton. So. Yeah, you could combine those two. You've got a pretty handy player, I reckon. Combine those two, I reckon you've got Rob Smith.
Walkling's calling for it. Goes to Ishimori. Turns Kilmurray on the inside, and Kilmurray runs back towards the forward. So he's centre field. As they come around now. Weaver. Good run by Weaver. Carney Feeds Assy. Assy gets those legs pumping. He's held up, though. Good strength shown by the Waratahs. Comes to ground. Logan says play on. Goes behind Ishimori. Lautai quick to Vasagotti. Goes over the top. Here comes Vasagotti. Has he got it down? No, he hasn't. He's knocked it on.
Clever footy, though, from the Hawks. You know, they were shut down in a position where Waratah looked as though they'd be able to take advantage of it. Little dink in behind early in the game. You know, it keeps everyone guessing, so that was clever there from Tana Lautai.
Well, he got the bounce. Looks like Willie So may have something wrong with him out there. Centre field.
Yeah, that'll be early for him to go off. He's an 80-minute man.
He is an 80-minute man.
You don't normally expect it from a guy his size, but he gets through 80 minutes week in, week out.
With little to no preparation in pre-season too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's not preparing like.
I reckon by end of the year he could probably do 2 matches in a row.
Definitely. He's no Danny Medeiros. He's no 80-minute Danny Medeiros, but he somehow gets through it. So yeah.
He's an 80-minute Paul Gallen.
Yeah, or George Rose. I was thinking.
George Rose.
Mungy.
One of the nicest guys in this Revs 2016 Premiership as well. He's a Bar TV favourite. We'll go now to the replay of the almost try.
Yeah, they just go out the back there.
Oh, got the bounce, didn't he? Vasagotti should have just dived on it. 9 times out of 10, that's a try for him.
Yeah. He's still down. It seems to be a hand injury, doesn't it?
He's shaking it off, so hope it's not the burger hand.
He's still got the fire head on the other side, so he's all right.
Yeah, maybe the arm. It looks like they're clutching at the arm.
This is no good. This will change up the dynamics of the game a fair bit for Waratah.
Yeah, certainly will. It'll be interesting to see who they bring on.
And give him a little bit more mobility around the field. He seems to be all right, though. He'll get through. He's a tough lad.
He certainly seems to grow every year he plays in this competition. I remember he came through as a Colt from Lake Macquarie, and he certainly wasn't that big. Yeah, he played, but he came and played a lot of first grade as a Colt.
Yep.
And I remember he was a young kid having a pack against him, but I sure wouldn't like to do it these days.
I'm going to say he was a goal kicker back in those days too.
I think he does kick goals as well.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, he should.
Yeah.
So Davies has the ball. It'll be a Waratah feed. Back to the action here on Bar TV Sports. Good scrum there. Forced to clean up at the back. So just blocking there. Sherritt getting a nice kick with little room. Doesn't find touch. Gets the bounce to Walkling. Walkling looking for Vasagotti. Pass it. Oh, knock on there. Unlike Nagy, just wasn't ready for it. They're playing out wide, but it's going to be called back for the knock on.
It was really passive then from the Hawks, wasn't it? You know, like no one really making a decision. That's unlike Ivan. He'll be better for that afterwards.
And I guess he's not used to playing fullback as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So
he's definitely used to distributing the ball a bit more.
You would have liked to just see him just go straight off his right foot and just come straight back down this channel then, I think. Link up with Vasagotti, and as soon as he gets the ball in his hands, anything can happen. So, yeah, he'll look at that and be disappointed with himself.
So here's another scrum to score 3-0 in favour of the Waratahs. The home side in front here at Waratah Oval. Davies was the feed. High ball there. Sherritt. Nice option there. Just putting it in behind. Walkling comes across, cuts it off. Feigns to
this is better.
Kick there. Bailey taking him over the top. Comes back. Ishirima with a nice kick off the side of the boot. Didn't have much to work with. Here's Peniata again. He's getting through a lot of work. Peniata, look at him run. He's very strong with the ball, isn't he, the hooker for the Waratah side?
Yeah, they've always got those good ball-running hookers, don't they?
And again, field position playing at the moment by Sherritt, and that's a good kick, getting them well into the Hamilton territory.
Yeah, clever work from Sherritt then. He's just taking control of the game with his kicking boot and letting his forwards just see the ball get rolled out in front of them. The Hawks are constantly having to turn around. It's good footy. There's Jack Spence on the sideline there. He might get a bit of time in first grade today, I'd say.
So So the ball comes back. They choose to run it. Assi takes a nice hit. There's that hooker again. Peniata certainly throwing his body at everything at the moment. Comes back now. Punch downfield and met on the wing by Leadingham.
Yep. Yes.
Finds Heemskirk. Long ball out wide. Oh, Bailey just clutching it. Lutz now. Lutz bouncing out of a couple, and
Let him go, goal 13!
Waratah's chance to attack. They haven't really seen the opposition half. Frankie Roberts with a ball there. Didn't really have to pass it, but they do well out of it, the Waratah side. Picking and driving now. Quick play. Recycling well. Here's Sherritt. Peniata. And here come the Waratah side.
Might be too big.
Yeah, Leadingham would have liked to have seen him maybe try and beat the outside man there, but chose to kick it.
Yeah, I think that's the first time they've sort of gone into the interesting one there. That's
5 metre scrum.
not sure about that law there, Jared. If Ivan's foot was into touch when the ball is still moving, I think that he might have gotten that one wrong.
Well, we'll have a look at it a bit later.
That's an interesting one. Like, I've always played that as the ruling, and here it goes.
Here comes the replay. We might not.
They had numbers though, didn't they? He goes to deck here, it's no problem. He puts a little dink in behind. So the ball
Kick nicely, slide down
easy into
wonderfully. You can't really see from this angle. There is the line.
Ooh.
Oh, he's
think
put
that-
his foot out, has he?
I think that's a mistake from the ref there, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Well, the touch judge wasn't anywhere to be seen, so
You can only see what you can only do what he can act on there. So act on what he can see.
is that Willie So's down again out there, receiving some attention?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long Jared allows this to occur. We obviously want to see footy played, and constant injury breaks is, it's never, what we want to see.
Was getting it taped up, so bit of magic tape for So.
He's got the Mal Meninga tape on the forearm.
You watch him go. Ball round the corner now. He will kick goals. The toe punter.
I'm sure he kicked goals. I'm sure
He did.
did.
No,
Yeah.
100% he did.
Yeah. This is a good attacking opportunity here for the Waratahs, the Tars.
Well, they're set nice and deep as well. The Waratahs back line. Be interesting to see what option Sherritt takes. Manu's flat. Leadingham playing up in the back line.
Stack setup.
So here's Sherritt. Goes to Lutz. Lutz takes a strong hit up. They've got numbers out wide if they can get quick ball. Manu, he drops the ball. So big let off there for the Hawks as he takes it forward. Sharami finds touch again. Didn't get too much distance, so again the Waratahs will look to trouble this Hamilton line.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Hawks just maybe eyes up a little bit and try and run out of their 22. That's their strength. Kicking game today without Keelan's boot is obviously not going to be the hugest of kicking games. So I think let's keep our eyes up if I were the Hawks. That's not straight.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not straight there. Lalaga had to almost reach in front of Dane Sherritt there to catch that ball. And
Yeah, you won't have seen that on Bar TV, but Jane Sherritt's just lined up a field goal on the back of that and nailed it. Absolutely nailed
from
it.
40 out, no look, no run up.
Just nailed
He
it.
certainly is quality with the boot. The Waratahs fly half, and we see there. Definitely not straight. So it will be interesting to see what Hamilton
Yeah, let's
do
run
here
it.
for an option.
I'll tell you what, if I was out there today, we'd be running it from here because my pop gun won't get us too far down the field.
The chip and chase Dan.
The chase is pretty slow though.
Rockabora picks up from the back. He's strong. But the Waratahs tackle is doing well.
Very well.
Davies, the halfback, showing very good strength there. Oh, bounces. Trouble now. Here come the Waratahs, but Ishimori gets him out of trouble. Does well to scamper away there.
Yeah, it was messy, wasn't it, at the back? Real
Wasn't
messy.
the best ball coming, and Rockaboro. It all came from that tackle, the strength in the tackle from the Waratah's halfback. They go for the quick line out, trying to catch the Hamilton side unawares, and now looks like the Tars are held up. Here's Peniata again. Peniata this time not allowed to run. Davies gets a nice flat ball to Sherritt. Manu now takes a nice hit up. That's going to be a penalty. So this one's straight in front of the sticks, and you'd like to think that they're going to go for this one.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I'm not sure what it was for, but it looked as though Tweedy Hussey was held back there. So I think, yeah, there you go, yeah. So I think he was just telling him that sort of thing is not on.
Had a little chat. I thought he blew his arm up there for the Waratahs, but
you just have a look here. The ball's clearly out, and Hussey goes, and he's just held back.
100%.
Yeah.
Good spotting, Jared Logan. Good refereeing.
Good refereeing. Yeah.
Good to see you. You're back on his side now, Paul.
I'll go either way. I'm a swings and roundabouts. Is that the right way to say it? Swings and roundabouts.
I bet you voted Greens today too.
Sit on the fence, is it?
So the ball comes in nicely. Won again by the Hamilton side. So good at line out time. Here's Walkling. Walkling comes back towards his forwards.
The Hawks needed to keep going wide there. They had their big runners in the 15 and use them.
They lost a bit of ground there, and now they're going backwards. Waratah with a turnover. So here come the Waratahs. Jono Reynolds. Ducky under a tackle there by, I think it was Wood.
Yes.
Here comes Manu. Dummies on the outside. Here's Bailey. Bailey stepping there. So they're playing good width here, and they're damaging in their running game at the moment, the Waratahs. Certainly finding a bit of
space and offload.
Yeah, a bit of space, yeah. And again, Davies that time offloading.
Yeah, it had to be a penalty there. The Hawks were too stressed in defence, weren't they?
Yeah, this is worrying for the Hawks because they had a bit of sting in the defence early on, but it just seems to have gone, and there's really no cohesion there in the middle, and the A and B defender, they really need to get tight there.
There's got to be more commitment, I think, from the boys, and that's not something I say very lightly, to be honest with you. You know, most of the time I'd be backing our boys, but it just seems at the moment that we're not prepared to take that sort of space. And if we're going to give a team like Waratah with big bodies and clever minds out the back with Sherritt and Manu, you know, they're just going to eat that up. So something needs to change. Waratah are really, really winning the field position battle here. Sherritt's making sure of that, and the Hawks just seem to be, you know, maybe not playing towards their strengths. They had, on that last play, two big guys out on wide use it.
Well, here's Sherritt now with a kick. This will put them 6 in front. And that one is a high kick, and it's over. Finds the tree, finds the kid in the tree. So 6-0 the scoreline. 20 minutes gone in this match, and to be fair, it's been all Waratah so far.
My word.
And they played well. They played out of their own half, and certainly they look the dominant team at the moment.
Yeah.
Here's Ishimori with the restart. And again, pinpoint accuracy as the Hawks come through. Dropped on the far side there by Rokotolu. So now here come the Hawks. Play on.
That's Pete Maxwell, I think.
Ishimori, they pick and drive. This could be trouble here. Quick ball. They're close. They go again. Ishimori calling for it. They've sucked in a couple of defenders here. They've got them stretched out wide. They get the ball inside. Kilmurray taking round the bootlaces. Nicely done by the fullback there. Turnover. So Peniata. He's been the best on the field so far, the Waratahs hooker.
He absolutely has. You're right.
Sherritt using the quick ball. Leading him. He's got pace. He kicks it. Vassagotti's back there to clean it up.
Should play quick here.
On the outside, the banana kick. It's a nice one. Did not have much room to work with. Managed to keep it in. Here comes Willie So. Oh, look at that ball. Look at that player.
Oh,
Peniata, a great tackle there by Vasagotti. They're in all sorts now, the Waratahs. Hamilton have them out wide if they can use it quick.
Go left.
Rockaboro. He's there. The ball's not coming out.
You'd almost go for a penalty there, I think, Jared. You know, they're clearly closed down that attacking opportunity, but
The knock-on came first, though, I guess.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if Hamilton can build some pressure. They need to sustain it. They just seem a little panicked when they have the ball at the moment. It's unlike the Hawks.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's, again, good refereeing from Logan. The knock-on was on our side. You can see it here. You pick that up. It's good refereeing.
May have got a call from the touch judge as well.
Maybe, yeah. It's good. Anyway, either way, good officiating.
Although unsure if the officials are actually mic'd up this year.
They look as though they are. They're always wearing earpieces, so maybe they've just got the radio in.
Just for show.
Yeah. Good scrum from the Hawks.
Yeah, great scrum there. Rockaboro picks it off the back, steps. Can he get an arm free? No, he can't. He's 10 out. They pick and drive now. Assey on the spot. He's put to ground. They go again, the Hawks. Good quick recycling by the Hawks, and that is a knock-on and
They're offside, I think.
offside. So, luckily, do you go for goal here, Paul?
I would. Yeah, I would. Early in the game, you go scoreboard pressure off field, and gives you a kicker a chance just to put one through the posts. Okay, interesting. It was either that or a scrum, so yeah, fair enough. I don't like going to the line out there, Gareth, because it just gives the opposition too good an opportunity to get the ball back off you. And you've already got ball in good attacking position. You don't need to go to the line. You're better off calling a scrum, I think. Tapping most of the time would be better.
Especially the dominance the Hawks have shown so far.
Yeah, they might.
It's been the most impressive part of their game, I guess, so far, the scrum.
Yeah, Travis Salisbury doing a good job, our scrum coach. He's doing a great job with the boys.
Of course, Travis packing plenty of scrums in his day too.
He certainly has.
So, good holding there by the Hawks as they advance forward.
They just need to hold it in.
Picking up. Oh, Rockaboro went the wrong way.
Sure did.
Sherritt comes over the top. So the option's just killing the Hawks at the moment.
That'll be a turnover too, I reckon. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a penalty as well to the Waratahs. So the defence on their line, it's sublime at the moment.
Like you said, just too much panic. Do you feel like, obviously the Hawks then going forward in their scrum, just hold it in there?
They had another shove. I thought they would have gone for another shove. Rockaboro picking up, and
obviously
he went the wrong way as well. He was going towards the right. He came back towards the left. And that's a low driving kick there by Sherritt. 30 out.
20 minutes gone. Finds the mark.
Don't know if you can see the 40-metre line here at Waratah Oval, but I'll tell you what, whoever's lined that, a couple of cans maybe before the linesman came out and marked these lines here today. And good run by Kilmurray. That's what the Hamilton Hawks needed, some straight, some direction. They go right. Oh, just a little knock on there by Carney. So the woes, they're everywhere at the moment for the Hawks. And it's scrappy for them. It's not like them coming off an upsetting loss last week.
Yeah, disappointed last week, obviously, but this is an opportunity to bounce back, and we're still very much in the game here, obviously, but Waratah doing a great job.
Well, no tries been scored, and it's 6-0 in favour of the Waratahs. Could have had the chance really to peg it back there. Maybe the goal was the option.
You take points early. Oh, it's the New Zealand model. You take points early.
Fine. Sit.
So Sherritt looks like he may be set to kick here.
Play on.
Oh, Davies
Ball's out.
just took a bit of time picking the ball up there, and Manu's taken. Here come the Hawks. This could be
a
a turnover here, and yeah, definite penalty there. All over the ball.
Tunnel Lautai.
Lautai, well done.
Stay up, guys.
So it's a penalty. Kicking distance, no issue. Morey's going to go for the touchline.
See, look at that. You'd be 6-6 now, and back to even pegging.
Geraint Weaver, of course, hailing from Wales as well. Wonder what the chat is out there between him and Davies.
No one would understand it, even if they were trying to speak English.
Of course, Wales getting up in the Euros last night, which was
That was awesome, wasn't it?
awesome. Wonderful. Ishimori calling for it, gets it. Flat ball there.
Good leg drive.
Coming round, Maxwell's calling for it, gets it. Somewhat isolated there, but they come through there, the Hawks. And that's another knock on, so the handling and the decision-making really letting the Hawks down.
Definitely, you know, just not enough depth and not enough sort of options being taken to the line as a result. So, you know, really, not worrying signs for the Hawks, but things that they need to work on, really, and things that they're not normally known for.
The other side's okay.
So 6-0. Here comes another scrum. You can see Willie So just having a bit of an ongoing battle there with Silla.
They're good mates. They'll be having a real big laugh out there, I reckon. I think the weight that Fave has lost may have gone onto money. Anyone else at home think that?
Sit.
Two beautiful athletes there playing up front. Nicely held this time by the Tars. Sharrett puts it on the boot and gets it towards the touchline. And that's a very good touch finder, getting up towards halfway.
Yeah, good get out from the Tars, and that's where they're winning the game at the moment. They're sort of not getting held down in their end, and when they are, they're getting out. So,
well, they haven't seen the ball really in the last 10 or so minutes.
no.
28 down. And the Hamilton Hawks, oh, that was almost not straight. Logan says, play on. Ishimori gets it to Rockaboro, who tries to find some penetration there and just can't get through the other side.
Too deep from the Hawks there.
Nice run by Nagy, though. Nagy.
Again.
And so he loses the ball, though. Hines picks it up. Hines in open space. He's still going. Nice work by the big breakaway. They pick and drive now, the Waratahs. Just getting themselves organised. Peniata. He's held up. Oh, they come through on it hard there. The Waratahs playing in blue today. That's a knock-on.
There's two errors there from both teams, and I feel that needs to be highlighted for the referees, and that both guys have gotten to deck. The tackler must release it. So first it was Nagy where he turned the ball over, and then secondly for Waratah. Once they're on the deck, there's no ripping the ball. It's got to be released. It's called a tackle. So he'll probably look at that, I suppose, during the week and go, yeah, it would have been a different call if he had the chance with hindsight.
So the Waratahs, they're 30 out from their own line. Plenty to do in this half.
The Hawks will run this, and they should go to the right.
Walkling looks like he's drifting towards the right here, as you mentioned. Rockabora picks it up again. Oh, almost got it free there to Lautai. Ishimori puts it on the boot. It's a high midfield bomb coming across Bailey. Oh, dropped there. Heemskirk.
Play on for the Hawks, though. Here's Maxwell. They need to shift it far to the right here.
He was all over that, wasn't he, Heemskirk? And here they go. Walkling sums it up. Uses him. And nicely taken on the far side.
Yeah.
Don't know too much about Vure.
Yeah, no, he's from Fiji, and a penalty there. Interesting one. Penalty. So Fiji. So Epi's come to us this year from Fiji, and he's again one above his contacts, and through Sefa obviously being able to talk to the boys when they come over and things like that. We were able to get him to the club, and he's slowly learning English, and he's enjoying himself here. He's certainly very, very hard to pull down.
Oh, Vasagotti might have got a touch to that.
Yeah.
In any case, it's going to be a Waratah's throw.
Carl, scrum or line out, knock on into touch.
Yeah, knock on into touch, says Logan.
Line out.
Yeah, I thought they might take the line out.
So we might see the first driving maul of the match here, and everyone in Bar TV Sports love a driving maul. Of course, if you are out there listening in to Bar TV Sports, get in the game at Bar TV Sports on Twitter. Hashtag Bar TV Sports. Like us on Facebook. And indeed, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So here they come. Sherritt reaches for the ball. It's flat. Manu goes behind the player.
Definitely a shepherd.
Obstruction even.
Yeah, obstruction.
Shepherd for sheep, and the ball comes to the right. Sherritt with a little kick in behind. Here he comes, and it's a try. Sherritt. It's all Sherritt at the moment, and that's the first try of the match.
Yeah, it was clever work from Sherritt in the end. You know, front foot ball. He just summed up his options. There was not much there in front of him, and he thought, I'll dink him behind, and his pace got him through the line. Yeah, very, very clever from Sherritt.
Very classy play, wasn't it? And
yeah.
From a classy player, and he'll look to kick his own goals. We go to the replay here, as you said, just summed it up nicely.
Yeah, perfectly weighted. Alfie Langer. He's been watching some Alfie Langer highlights, I reckon. Yeah, it was an interesting one because they got into that field position with the what we thought was maybe a clear obstruction play on. Maybe the Hawks didn't react well enough, and certainly Sherritt did. So, yeah, you've only got to do what's in front of you.
So that's a 5-pointer. This is the toughest of his kicks here, and the Tars are 100% on top here. There's no doubts about it. Hamilton just looked flat.
Yeah, I think it's got to be, you know, it's taking a toll having these, 5 or 6 boys out each week that are obviously some of the better players in the comp. You know, obviously no excuses. The boys that are out there are definitely good enough to win this game, but whether they're prepared to work that way at this stage.
So here's Sherritt, comes around and looks good. Oh, look at that. That's a perfectly executed kick.
Yeah, nailed it.
So they'll go ahead again. 13 points to 0. And
I wonder why he didn't play Newcastle this year. I know obviously Jace was there and now playing country, so he's a quality player, but I reckon Sherritt would have added something to that Newcastle team.
I just don't think he was picked, maybe.
Is that right?
Oh, he was in South Africa when they were training as well, I believe. He went home for a little bit, and again, look at the boot by Sherritt.
Yeah, I just think he would have added that little bit of, polish, I suppose, to the Newcastle team. Yeah,
he's a class player, and certainly when he's got Manu outside him, and indeed Lutz, the back line they've got at the moment, it's probably there and thereabouts one of the best back lines in the competition.
The Hawks lose a line out there, and here's your mate.
Here's Peniate. Gets them well over halfway, so calling for it now. They'll take a couple of forward hit-ups. Jono Reynolds it is. Well, Davies does well. Puts it on the boot. And that is a very, very good kick by the Welsh halfback.
Yeah, very clever. Very clever. And they're doing just a really good job of turning around the Hawks and using field position to do that. At this stage, the Hawks are sort of launching their attack from in those areas where it's hard to attack from. The Wallabies had that issue against England, didn't they? They just couldn't attack from a reasonable spot. So,
well, the Hamilton Hawks, the Wallabies of the NHRU. That's the little box kick. Comes over the top, and Bailey loses it in the sun. It's gone into touch, and it has been touched by the bench there.
Yeah, that was clever from Carney then, wasn't it? Liam Carney. Just a little kick over the top, find space, calm things down for the Hawks. They should look at try and attack this line out and see if they can, start any attack from inside the half.
They got Jono Reynolds wide and Lalaga. We haven't seen too much of Lalaga here today.
No,
nicely won by Hines. Oh, dropped though by Davies. Cold.
Yeah, it was a difficult one, that one. A little bit out in front of him. And he just got ahead of himself, didn't he?
He certainly did, and like all good halfbacks, he's blaming the throw.
Yeah.
But that was dropped ice cold.
A good tradesman always blames his tools if you're a halfback.
He's a good chatty halfback too. He's out there. He hasn't stopped talking.
He's got a chunky set of legs on him, doesn't he? Just having a look at them there. I wouldn't mind a set like that. He's running around all those sodden pitches over in Wales.
Yeah, definitely. The old Colwyn Bay and Llandudno area certainly shines 2 days of the year.
Yeah.
The ball comes out. Poor pass by Carney on the swivel. Kilmurray just turning the player back inside there.
I get the feeling the Hawks have got to go wide and just test these edges.
Well, Maxwell this time taking a run around the corner from Nagy. Good ball playing by the second rower. This time inside to Silla, and again distributing the ball here, the Hawks. Just playing a little bit wider. Nagy again advancing. Oh, but misses his man, and that's a poor pass really by the second rower. Probably would have done better to tuck it under the wing and gone forward there.
Yeah, I think so. With a passive line like that coming at him, he should have just sort of stepped off his outside foot and taken the space. Yeah, that was really disappointing. It wasn't anything to gain from the pass, I suppose, is the way to look at it. The Hawks just aren't playing into any of the rhythm that we're used to seeing.
They're playing flat. They're playing very slow.
Very slow. Yeah.
The distribution's poor.
Oregon, Nico and Ross will be, into them in the second half. Let's get to those edges and just start testing and putting these guys into some stress in terms of
I think they've got to put Walkling into fly half just to get some organisation there.
That might be an option. You might be absolutely right. Yep.
Well, here comes Sherritt. Feeds Manu. Manu gets Sherritt on the run around. Here they come now. Can he get a ball away? No, he can't.
Paddy Kilmurray.
Heemskirk gets the foot out as well. He looks solid as well, Heemskirk.
Yeah, he's just working off the edge of those guys that obviously you've spoken about all game and in making the most of it. Great tackle from Paddy Kilmurray.
Yeah,
there.
coming across in cover.
They've got a number of new guys, don't they, Waratah? Obviously, I've never heard of Heemskirk before. And
it's a very popular station here at Waratah.
Yeah, they get off.
They all seem to get off and don't make it all the way into town.
Yeah.
Certainly not Hamilton Station, as you guys have got the ferry.
Yeah.
As the ball comes in. Kilmurray wasn't expecting the ball and gets a pretty good kick downfield, but they're up for it.
Tars will make the most of this here.
So Leadingham stands, and good chase there by the Hawks as they're swarmed.
Should be a turnover.
So it is a turnover, I think, out there.
No, it should have been. I feel Waratah came in from the side then.
So Frankie Roberts, one of the unsung heroes of this Waratah's pack.
Turnover.
Turns the ball over.
Pete Maxwell.
Oh, that's definitely come in from around the corner, from around the side, but knock on both ways, says Jared Logan.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. It was a really good turnover from Pete Maxwell. Just put his body in and turned it over, but just the Hawks just not backing him up. Here it is now. You can see him just go, gives that space and just locks down on the ball and rides the hit, turns it back over. Obviously needed that support from his guys. You be the judge at home.
13-0 the score. The Hawks. There's less than a minute remaining. There's a bit of injury time.
Yeah, there's plenty of time here for him to get one before the break. It's just they haven't really built anything more than 2 or 3 phases all game. And every one of those has been going backwards. So,
well, they've been controlling the scrum. They do so again. Carney gets it to Ishimori. Here comes Vasagotti. They look dangerous when he has the ball. He's slipped into fullback. Walkling's on the wing. Rockaboro wasn't expecting the ball.
They need a big hit midfield and then wide.
Oh, goes behind Weaver, so the Waratahs come up with it. Peniata laying the platform for this Waratahs pack. Leadingham's calling it on the right. Here's Alaga. They go right again. Davies. Dummies. Bit of pressure on him at halfback there. Hines is calling for it. Rokotolu picks and drives. Sherritt goes towards the left. Gets the ball.
Yep.
Long ball out wide. Oh, can't go with it there. Heemskirk. Referee says knock back, but it's going to be a turnover anyway.
Yeah, that was good work from the Hawks then. Just slide under pressure in defence, and then Fisso Vasagotti just bang on the ball, and he was like a rock, real hard to move.
Well, poor option really by Sherritt there. He should have probably, instead of the long looping pass, just fed his man.
Yeah, use the hands, I agree. maybe his dinking behind might have been handy then. You know, the Hawks were up, and yeah, he'd like to have that back, I'd say. You see who he missed though, Mungie. So Mungie won't be happy with him.
Mungie would have scored. Will he so? That's his bread and butter. Oh, there he is there. Peniata going through again and making grounded will at the moment. Frank Roberts. So Jono Reynolds gets it.
Let him go, accept him. Yeah, good.
Sherritt calling for it. Gets it, goes behind to Manu.
Good defence.
Yeah, offloads there, knock on.
Murray again, just so solid in defence.
Well, really, Murray's the reason why it's only 13-0 at the moment.
Oh, my word, I agree with you. Yep.
Rock solid in defence.
Yeah, he's just so aware, isn't he? He's just so aware of where he is on the field in terms of defence. I'd love to see him get a little bit more ball, a little bit wider. You know, they've tried to throw him up a little bit now at the line, and the Waratahs have done really well to hold him out. It'd be nice to see him give him a chance out wide.
Well, the Waratahs are really playing that second man play where Manu comes in behind Lutz.
And it's hard to defend. When it's done well, it's hard to defend, but Paddy seems to do it better than anybody. So he just seems to read that and stay real balanced. You wonder if the speed of the game's able to speed up a little bit, whether the Hawks can sort of start to take a little bit of a stranglehold on what's happening. But at the moment, it's all Waratah because the pace of the game is being set by them, and you know, they're under no duress at all.
Yeah, that's right. They're under no pressure, and it would be advantageous, I guess, get a couple of pick and drives midfield from the Hawks, just get that roll on happening, and then feed it wide. But at the moment, they're sort of playing that flat one-off ball, and Waratahs, they're just marking up because the ball's too slow to play that at the moment.
Yeah, you can't play it the way that the Hawks are trying to do it at the moment. It's almost it's like a chicken or the egg. Do we go wide to sort of stress that line first and make sure we secure? Obviously, the wider you go, the more chance the opposition has at your ball. So I think that's what's sort of stymieing the Hawks at the moment. But I think they've got to have a crack wide first.
I just think the class wide from the Waratahs, I mean, they've got 4 very good defenders and 4 very good attackers out there. I think they've got to go through the middle and get the quick ball first, suck a couple in, and then exploit it wide.
And I think that's what the Hawks are trying to do. Yeah. Unsuccessfully at the moment, obviously.
As we see a couple of hounds there on the Bar TV screens. Of course, this Rams 2016 feature match also brought to you by Viatech and NIB. And get in the game with Bar TV's broadcast partner, Top Better, for all your local tournaments and markets. Of course, around Australia, the ball comes wide now. Here comes Vasagotti. What can he do? Vasagotti turning inside. Oh, good defence on the far side. Should have run the inside line there, really, Vuro.
Yeah, really opportunistic play, to be nice. And needed to change up his angle back inside there. Fisso was almost screaming him to open up into that hole, you know. Carl Manu had chased real hard and done a really good job, but it had opened up a little opportunity because the gate wasn't closed on his inside. So, yeah, very...
So Peniata goes to the back, finds Lalaga. So they'll drive on here. Sherritt, this time again. Vure tested.
He's kicked it out on the full.
Well, it's gone out of the full, so that is going to be half-time here. We'll take a quick break as the score is 13-0 here at Waratah Oval in this Rams 2016 feature match. We'll be back in 5 with all the second half action. Well, we're back, everybody, for the second half action here at Waratah Oval. We have the Hamilton Hawks trailing the home side, the Waratahs. It's 13-0, and it's been a very stop-start affair, I guess, in this first half, and both sides really struggling to find the rhythm and also find the try line. I guess we predicted a very big scoreline here at Waratah Oval, but the Hamilton Hawks untroubled on the scoreboard so far.
Yeah, and I think that if we're going to look for a big score at this stage from what we've seen, it's going to only be on the Waratah side of things. So the Hawks, you know, worrying signs in that first half, just not playing with any sort of pizzazz that we're used to seeing from them. I reckon you'll notice a different team in the second half. You can just see them getting a chat now, a final chat from their coach, Ross Duncan, and he'll have done the job there.
Yes, certainly, and we see out there Jared Logan having a chat to Carl Manu, just asking questions. It'll be the Waratahs to kick off, running towards the train station end.
And they'll put it up in the sun and make it nice and difficult for whoever's underneath it, I'd say. So you wait and see, like a pair of shades, I reckon.
That far corner, been a couple of handling errors so far. Sherritt, we know he's accurate as he comes in now for the kick. Goes for Rockabora, and finds dead space there. As they play off their own line here, the Hawks, Vasagotti with the ball. Nice kick down the field, but it's going to find leading him. Had a pretty good first half as he goes to take on the line of the Hawks, and they get the ball back. Davies under very, very high amount of pressure there.
He'll get held up here, I think.
Oh, the ball comes out by the Hawks. It spills out.
Knock on, unfortunately.
A knock on, so the penalty was almost there for the Hawks, and they should have left it in there, Paul.
Yeah, I think so. That was a weird one from Tweedy. He's really intelligent in terms of how he plays his footy, but he obviously saw an opportunity but left without the ball. There's the Hawks bench warming up there. Some Russian kicks or something.
They've learned that at the Croatian Sports Club.
That's how I hurt my knee. Doing that at home.
River dancing.
You might be right. It might be a bit of Croatian in that move, I reckon.
Yeah.
Bravo.
If that's not Croatian folk dancing, I'm not at Waratah Oval.
Should go to the right, but they haven't got it.
They almost got the ball hooked back there. Oh, and Reynolds forces the pass on Davies. Poor, really, from the number 8.
Turnover.
He's not an out number 8, Reynolds, so the Hawks now with a good chance to attack. Vasagotti, he's the danger man.
My word, he is. Yeah.
Advances the ball. So good run here by the Hawks. Here they come. Ball comes wide. Isolated, though. As Rockabora gets over. Little chip over the top. Oh, should have kept ball in hand there, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Or kick to a contest, yeah. Made it too easy for Leadenham.
So Ishimori, the inexperience there, probably cost them the ball. And Sherritt, oh, he's charged down. Here comes Brennan. Oh, he's gone without it. That's Lutz goes without it. Everyone goes without it. And that was an opportunity gone.
Yeah, and I thought Breno with his long chimp arms would be able to get that, I thought. But no, he got too excited. And obviously the pressure from Sherratt to make up for his mistake. He put a bit of pressure on Breno there. So
Well, he's had time all game, hasn't he, Sherratt?
My word.
And Brennan, the big, tall timber, gets up. It popped up as well. Should have taken it.
Yeah, if he'd gotten free, he
I don't think he would have got home.
He's pretty quick, Breno. I wouldn't want to be chasing him.
Yeah, but when you've got the legs of a midget, it makes it tough, Paul.
It's something that we share, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a normal-sized upper body, but midget legs.
I like the look of these Waratah jumpers, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can bid for them here on the ground later on as well.
I'd have to look at See if I can add one to Big Dog's kennel at Passmore
Yeah, that's
Oval.
right. Yeah. Well, the Willie So jersey, you pay double because it's double in size.
I just use it as
Manu
my
uses the winger there, Leadingham, kicking over the top. Let's see how much pace he's actually got. As Vasagotti playing in at fullback. Oh, can't get an arm free. I thought he was going to chance it there, but he didn't.
Should go wide here, the Hawks.
And they do. Rockaboro gets it to Kilmurray, and Kilmurray grubbers, punches it downfield. Sherritt there, he's got an ugly-looking kick towards the sideline. Has it gone out of the full? No, it hasn't.
No.
So he kicked for his winger on the far side.
His winger wasn't ready for it. But it's ended up all right, and that's the thing, you know, everything that's sort of working for the Tars is because they're playing with that confidence at the moment and the positivity, whereas the Hawks, it just seems they can't get out of this rut at the moment.
So Hawks win the line out. Ishimori, Lautai taken in a good ball and all tackle there. They've turned the ball over. The Hawks, Hines is digging for it. Hines has got it, places the ball back. Rokatolu that time. Here he is, Peniata. Had a brilliant first half, the hooker.
He certainly did.
The ball spills again. So turnover.
Just still discipline from the Hawks, isn't it?
And this is in kicking distance for Sherritt. Do you think he goes for it?
I reckon that where is he? He's running for the ball. There he is.
And yes, Logan indicates.
He'd have to be close to leading point scorer for the comp, would he, I suppose?
I'm pretty sure he is leading point scorer for the comp.
Yeah. Chase Keelan will be coming back. I wanted to peg him down, I reckon, when he does come back from country duties.
Big ask.
Big ask.
He's had 4 weeks off.
Yeah.
The Waratahs had that big win against Maitland.
Maitland, yeah. That was a surprise, wasn't it? Maybe not on what we're seeing here today, but...
And then they lost midweek to Merriweather Carlton, came back in that match as well. Were out of it for most of the match, and a couple of fresh legs came on and
changed the whole landscape as Sherritt.
oh, look at that kick. What about that? Sherritt take a bow. 16-0 now the scoreline, and almost out of Hamilton's reach, judging by the way they're playing at the moment.
Yeah, they don't look as though they've got three scoring opportunities in them, do they? And that's exactly what they're going to have to do now. They've got to score the 3 times to get back into the lead.
Well, looking at the bench, who's the player most likely to come on to make a difference for this Hawks side?
Yeah,
that's what they need.
Absolutely.
Oh, Maxwell gets the ball. Maxwell. Good run by the veteran. Ishimori's calling for it, but they go short side. Walkling gets a ball to Rockaboro, and he'll score.
Oh,
what about that? He's called it forward. The big dive. Unlucky. Who threw that pass? Ivan Walkling, I think it was.
It may have been, yeah. It'll be an interesting one to see on the replay when we see it, but you got to let those ones go because they even up throughout the game.
And here's Walkling. We look at the replay. Oh. Only slightly forward.
You got to let him go.
He was untouched.
Yeah.
Unlucky though, so the score remains 16-0.
Here's a prediction for you. I bet you later on in the game a controversial try will be scored by Waratah in similar circumstances.
Ooh.
There you go.
You heard it here first. Paul Dan. Jono Reynolds picks up this time. Sherritt, he's set to kick. Penalty, so the Hawks, good chance now. They need to score soon.
Yeah, this is the best opportunity they've had. I think kick to the corner and drive it in. Probably see Waratah not commit here, I don't suppose, and hope that they get the Hawks truck and trailered, and it'll be a turnover.
So the ball comes in. Maxwell finds his mark. This time Nagy as they come on. Here they come. Oh, and that is a scrum now, and they got them. Wow. It's almost as if you're out there, Paul Dan.
It's one of those things, isn't it? You could see the Waratah boys just pulling back, and the Hawks
they're just not alert. They're not wise to it today.
They're not. No, they're not. I think they all need some smelling salts or something. Yeah. It's one of those 50-50 calls for the refs, isn't it? And they tend to go with the defending team.
Well, the drive was certainly on, and we've seen so many tries scored from the rolling maul this year, and I guess it was a credit to the smarts of the Waratahs pack that got them the scrum. That's a square up if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. The Hawks should go straight for the line out again. Just go, we'll have the line out on that point. No.
Well, they'll take the tap. Rockaboro called upon again. They need to spread the ball wide.
Should be playing advantage to the Hawks there.
They've got a stacked blind side. They go that side. Good defending up in their face there, the Waratahs. They held them up here, so
this will be a turnover.
If the ball stays in, it certainly will be as they drive forward now, the Hawks. Logan's looking for the ball, and that'll be a Waratah scrum. Went the wrong way there, Paul. They had plenty of space out wide. Vasagotti. Vure was almost on an overlap there.
Yeah, that's it. And they just don't seem likely to shift under any circumstance today, the Hawks, and that's what they need. Just let's have a crack. We've had a crack at them in tight. We don't seem to be getting over the top of them. So 16 there on the sideline for the Hawks. He might be the man. Sam Hayes, he's had a big game for the last couple of weeks for reserve grade, and he's probably on about 5 or 6 tries in the last couple of weeks. So if he gets an opportunity, he'll certainly be taking it with both hands.
Also, is Harris on the bench? I can't seem to spot him down there.
No, Benny Harris is not on the bench today. From what I understand, he's away this weekend.
Ugly looking pass there, Lutz. We haven't seen too much of Lutz. As it goes back to Sheridan, he punches it downfield. Oh, look at that kick, Paul.
Yeah,
Great kick there. Walkling pops up for him, feeds Vasagotti. Vure's outside him. Will he link up? Yes, he will. All sorts of pressure there by the Waratahs. Dylan Hines ripping the ball free. Wood now settles the ball.
They go wide here. They're a chance, the Hawks.
Rockaboro, oh, good defence.
Great defence.
It was Lalaga.
Still a chance on the left because there's a big fella out there that they might be able to take advantage of.
They go that way. Oh, Nagy met with a bit of a shoulder charge there by So. I think Logan's called him out, playing advantage.
And that's a penalty.
We had his back turned then, Logan. And that will be a penalty. So this
is not really what the Hawks want. I think they need this tempo higher. They need to be sort of going bang, 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 getting some speed into this game. And yet this is sort of slowing it down. If I was Sefa, I think he needs to be talking and saying to Jared, listen, let's get some more speed in this game.
Well, Manu, both captains having a chat now to Logan.
There's some experience there with those three. Logan, Sefa, and Manu in the NHRU competition, obviously, yeah. Yeah, see, that's just not going to play into the hands of the Hawks. They want that quick. And this gives the chance for the opposition to get a breather, and the Hawks want this up tempo.
So it'll be a Hawks penalty.
There's been a change there, so they've taken Liam Carney off the Hawks and they've put Billy Clay on. So I would say that Ishimori will go to 9 and Billy Clay will go to 10.
So Billy Clay looking to get some spark out there.
And he should do that. He's been playing really well in reserve grade. Good boot on him. As the Hawks go forward.
Nicely run there by Rockaboro going forward through the line out. And again, Weaver. He's been solid today. I do think they missed Backridge as Sealer that time taking it forward. Rockaboro stepping off his right, getting through the line. They go left this time. Sealer to Weaver. Weaver with a long ball to Vasagotti. Vasagotti had a bit of room.
Well defended.
What about the skill from the prop forwards?
There's opportunities out in the middle of the field now.
Here's Assey taking a good ball forward. He's close. This is better stuff by the Hawks. It's quick. Stepping, can't quite get there. Going out.
That's probably about the first time the Hawks have gone over 5 phases all game, and maybe it's a result of Walkling going into 9, so I was wrong. Ishimori to fullback, Walkling to 9, and 10 is Billy Clay.
Yeah, this is better stuff. Walkling certainly the more experienced of halfbacks out there, and
the Newcastle halfback, wasn't he? So
really getting them moving, isn't he?
He will. This will add a little bit to the Hawks, I'm sure. Organisation.
Or was it too little too late? 16-0, 54 minutes gone.
Plenty of time. There's still plenty of time if the Hawks are prepared to, as long as the Hawks are prepared to be patient.
Nicely won there by Hines. Hines gets the ball to So. Here he goes. He hasn't had a run all day, Willie So, and he's put on his back. So they'll pick and drive now, the Waratahs. Sherritt set to kick. Goes back and puts it on the boot. Vasagotti, nicely taken on the fly.
They're in space.
Here's Ishimori. Oh, he's picked up and he's upended by Hines. Turnover.
Oh, the Hawks are lucky to get that one.
Very lucky. He was buried then.
Absolutely. You bounce up, though. He's a tough little dude. He's got that, he's got the top knot sort of.
Yeah, not impressed by that. Certainly.
The samurai top knot. He is out of Japan, you got to remember.
Yeah, true. The top knot did originate in Japan, so
yeah,
he gets a point for that.
You know what the Hawks need to do? Let's go wide. Let's test them wide.
You've been saying that all day, Paul, and all day they haven't been able to capitalise on the amount of possession they've had. No. Walkley comes out. Clay has some runners. Finds Kilmurray. Kilmurray, ball in 2 hands, gets away from Lutz. Kilmurray still going. Good run by Kilmurray. Walkling, quick ball. Assey now, Assey. Good strong tackle there by the Waratahs, but quick ball again by the Hawks will see them in a good position.
So this should be quick ball here for the Hawks.
Walkling goes short side. Tries to call Kilmurray under, but taken from behind. Now they pick and drive.
It's a good run.
Lautai screaming for it. Walkling goes himself. Oh,
it's good defence, wasn't it?
Great defence.
They launched in. This is building nicely for the Hawks. They've just got to be patient here.
They've gone back to that slow ball again, and he's gone over.
I don't know who that was. Rockaboro. No. It was Tweedy Assey.
It was Assey. There was a pile of bodies in it. They were picking and driving, taking metres. I thought they were a little bit further back, to be fair.
Yeah, so did I, actually. I think Waratah did as well. They didn't realise they were quite on their line. But, yeah, I think if you look at it here, you know, it was just sheer amount of phases. You know, this is the second lot of 8 phases they've sort of thrown at Waratah, and it sort of shows you that, yeah, this was the one just before it, and you can see Ivan Walkling just getting past that little bit of advantage line, and then Tweedy Assey will pick this up and get driven straight through.
Gee, he did well, didn't he? Showed some good strength and
very well.
Got over the line, so try to Assey. So the Hawks, they're back in this game. Here at Waratah Oval, the sun coming down behind us. It'll be Clay who takes the kick. 5 in from touch. 16-5. The left foot too.
Yeah, He's been kicking really well in reserve grade. I reckon he'd be up around about 90%, believe it or not.
Wow, 90%.
Yeah.
Lucky you're not a maths teacher. I take it back. I take it well back. He's struck it nicely, and it's well over the black dot. So, 16-7, and the Hawks, they're back in this. Still 20 to go.
We reckon he's worth about 15 points a game for us off his boot at the moment. He's a bit like Daryl Halligan for us in reserve grade for the Hawks.
He hasn't really got a goal kicker's body, has he? Clay?
Not quite.
Or a fly half's body, to be fair. In any case, he did well there. That's a nice high restart again by Sherritt Rockaboro. Oh, look at the palm by the big man out wide, Vasagotti. Vasagotti winds up inside, back to Rockaboro.
This is better. If they go wide here, there's plenty of opportunity out here with mismatches.
Well, there's the try scorer, Assey. Kilmurray dummying, going straight.
Smart.
Hines is strong in the tackle again.
Got to release him, though. That's a penalty.
Oh, Assey comes through the other side. The Hawks. This is what they needed to do from the start of the match.
Go wide here to the left. They've got numbers and mismatches.
Kilmurray. The defence came up on him. Walkling.
He's really added a little bit of organisation so far since being on the field, hasn't he?
He certainly has, and he gets dragged about 15 metres there, and Vasagotti almost coming through the other side. He's the game breaker, and that's a penalty.
And now if I were the Hawks here, you take the points. You take the points and you get within the try. So
it'll take them to 10-7.
Yep.
They haven't taken points all game, and Clay is going to...
15 rolls.
And that's good refereeing. I was just going to say they were painting a dangerous picture there for themselves, Waratah, in terms of lying in the ruck and trying to slow up the Hawks' ball now that they're starting to build a little bit of momentum. So it'll be interesting to see if they continue with those tactics, because I'm sure that Logan's experienced enough to throw out the yellows which are needed in that instance.
He certainly is. He's got a pocket full of them.
Pocket full of cheese.
One for each player.
Some cheddar, tasty.
Colby. Colby's his favourite.
There you go.
Nice and soft on the palate. So Clay kicking at 90%. He's in front. They're the tough ones. He's got the one-step run-up too.
Percy Montgomery style.
He's probably just become my favourite goal kicker after Willie So in this competition.
All he needs to do is turn that one step into a toe poke, and he will be your favourite for sure.
Well, this is dangerous signs for the Waratahs as we see them now. Really struggling to get back to halfway.
Walkling.
16-10. Walkling and Vasagotti really been the difference in the second half.
My word. They've changed the kickoff here.
Oh, Lutz comes up with a look at it. The hands, what about it? Wow. Davies stepping, jinking.
Hawks will have to hold their discipline here.
Oh, good tackle there. Good defensive line shown by the Hawks. Not giving them anything. Here's Peniata. Peniata. What can he do? He gets away from one. Manu's calling for it. Gets it. Feeds Reynolds. Willie So. He's on the touchline. They'll have to watch him. Oh, Sherritt from in front. Waved away.
Does it look good from the side?
Gee. He just has so much time, doesn't he, Sherritt?
Yeah. It's clever. That would have taken him out past the try. And
I'll tell you what's clever. That's clever Walkling. Oh, intercepted. Bailey. Bailey, will he get all the way? He warms up. Yes, he will. What a try by Bailey. That was against the play. It was great work there by Walkling. Saw the opportunity, but Bailey, he saw the opportunity equally, and that's a try, Paul.
Oh, well, there's always an equal and opposite reaction, isn't there, in anything? And Bailey's was definitely a reaction. And obviously, in that instance, he was 2-on-1, and Walkling Great lead-up work. Just unlucky. You know, there's not much you can say there. One bloke chooses one thing, the other chooses the other, and it has to be a loser. So can't take it away from Walkling. He's gonna, if the Hawks are gonna stay in here, it is the replay, and you can just see him, Johnny on the spot. Just really unlucky because you think it's a
Well, Vasagotti, he's away there.
You'd think so.
Bailey had to get in and go for the ball.
And Sila trying hard. Just prop on winger. The Hawks are not out of this.
They're still not out of it. There's still plenty of time. 15 minutes to go.
They've got to hold them. They've got to hold their composure every time they're getting down. Waratah are getting into their 22. The Hawks are leaking penalties, leaking points.
So this is his toughest kick of the day. Sherritt. He comes in, strikes the ball. Looks good, but wasn't good.
Yeah. Everything he does at the moment looks good, doesn't it? So
21-10. It's almost a shame Bubba Coleman hasn't got contacts in South Africa, Paul.
I'm sure he'll be making his way into South Africa if he can.
When he sells his island in Fiji.
He's Chief Bubba over there. He's Chief Bubba.
So here they come, the Hawks. Can they hit back?
Good kickoff.
It's a straight kickoff, and well, Peniata,
It's been outstanding.
he's certainly been the best out there today, along with Sherritt. Hines loses the ball, so now the Hawks have it. Walkling feeds Sealer. Oh, look at the hit by Lutz. Saw him coming.
Yeah, really strange pass there from Sealer. As the Hawks are on the attack, though.
Yeah, Brennan, nice run. Straightening it up. Weaver. Rockaboro. He's got the arm free, can't get the ball away. Paddy Kilmurray. Strong run by him. Assey on the far side.
The Hawks need to have a look up midfield and start looking at for some mismatches.
They're playing that short side again. The Hawks, Vasagotti almost getting through, but that's a penalty all the way on the far side. Unsure what for.
I think it may have been offside.
Yeah, he's indicating offside.
You know, I think they're better off taking the points here again, although it only gets you within 8, doesn't it? So it's a go for the touch. They're going to go for touch.
So Clay has the ball. Will we see the driving more, Paul? That's a poor touch finder. That almost went backwards.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing there, but
Well, he's 90% goal kicking, but 24% on distance.
He'd love to have that one back, I'm sure. I think we need to go wide. I think we need to stress them in those outside channels.
Rockaboro goes up nicely. Here they come. Oh, they almost had the chance there to set up the more. Weaver steps out. Picking and driving now. Clay.
This is better.
Nice ball out wide. But again, the Waratah's defence realigned, and Vure really had no space to go there.
It's too easy for him, wasn't it?
Oh, good run there by Chris Nagy. Nagy making an impact. Brennan.
Hawks are building nicely here, though. Patience is the key.
Good hit there by Sherritt. His defence really is underrated, Sherritt.
Yeah, big time. Yep.
Rockaboro. He'll get the ball again. He's been heavily involved.
Heavily marked. The Hawks just building phases here. This is what they need to do. They've just got to be patient. And
The ball comes out the back, and that's a penalty, so...
Be lucky not to lose someone here, Waratah. That's pretty cynical.
Yeah, the feet. A little kick away, the cheeky kick.
There's no need for chat here. Get on with the game.
This area, we've had quite a few penalties now, so we need to keep them down. Okay?
Well, Jared just giving the last warning, final warning for the Waratahs. Tap taken by Walkling. Clay out of options. So the umbrella defence of this Waratah side. It's been effective on their line. Here's Rockaboro. Oh, Hines comes over the top.
Good defense.
Looking to lay him out there. Oh, that is poor execution by this Hawk side. And
very ordinary.
Ishimori's been up and down all game, hasn't he? Started off at fly half. He's playing fullback now.
Yeah, that was him just looking to get involved in the game, and yeah, obviously a little bit too itchy feet sort of thing. Just needed to just calm it and just build some pressure. There's still 10 minutes to go, roughly 10 minutes to go.
21-10, and yes, the game is still in the balance. You can't discount this Hawk side.
No, definitely not. Both sides have got points in them, and you know, there's plenty of time left. So it could go either way.
Better scrum there. And again, Reynolds pressured at the back of the scrum. Manu with a very strong clean out. Sherritt. It's not his best touch finder of the day, but it will alleviate a bit of pressure here at Waratah Oval.
Yeah, he did well then, didn't he? Kicking from behind the posts, and just the time he's been given today. There hasn't been much line speed on him. And,
well, the babies are out. Bit of feed time here at Waratah Oval.
Get a feed in.
There's no greater sight than a mother feeding a child, Paul.
I agree.
As the ball comes out now to Clay.
We're supporters here at Bar TV.
Certainly are. Lautai drives forward. Maxwell, oh, the defence was good there. Was it Davies on the far side? Yes, it was. The halfback came in.
Yeah, need to go quickly.
Walkling, quick
They're
tap.
offside, so that
Oh, look at the head out there. What about that? Hines
It's a yellow card.
laid him out, and Dylan Hines will see some time on the bin. I thought he was onside. We might get a look at the replay.
Has to go. Definitely not onside, I don't feel.
He's going to have a chat to him. It was a good hit.
It was a great hit.
We picked it before the game. We said he has 2 or 3 a game, and that was his one, and that's a yellow card for Hines. So we probably won't see any further action in this match. Look at the hit.
Yeah, he definitely lined him up.
Walkling.
But
I thought he was onside.
Yeah, well, it's good refereeing, I suppose, because the reality is the halfback's taking positive play and trying to move forward. You're not expecting that hit from a bloke from offside. So, no, I think all power there.
So Clay.
That'll be a big loss for them.
Massive loss. He does so much work. Yeah. He's so strong on the ball, and there he is there coming to the sideline. That is the shot of the year, though.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a penalty or not.
The crowd liked it.
Great work by our crew here at Bar TV, picking up all the action.
No.
And no, that's a knock on. Paul down next to me up in his seat. Had to pull him back down with that hood.
Got a little excited.
And there's the old boys' tent. Plenty of old stories there.
75 years worth, I suppose. Isn't that 75th year this year for the
Was it last year?
Oh,
I think it's this year.
May see the Tars run this out here. The Hawks have sort of dropped their back three back here, and hopefully they counter-attack, and there might be an opportunity to run.
Well, the game's in the balance. Reynolds picks off the back again. I'd like to see Davis just get, Vasagotti positioned perfectly again on that touchline. Gets away. Here he goes, Vasagotti. He's got open space.
Great,
He's 10 out. And that's a penalty to the Waratahs, and they're going to be very lucky to keep a player on here.
I think he's got to go, doesn't he? He's had a chat to him.
The old fake injury to stay on the field. Rockaboro.
He'll come back to that, I'm sure.
Spinning away. Again, showing good strength in the tackle.
The Hawks will be lucky to get this back.
They won't get it back. Yeah, advantage And it'll be scrum time for Waratah, so they hold strong again on their line, Paul.
Yeah,
it's been a great effort by them in defence here today.
Yeah, my word, absolutely. And obviously the Hawks just have not played to their strengths or played to the weaknesses of Waratah, but there haven't been too many. That's the problem. Waratah have kept showing up, fronting up. And as we said,
I know there's a few players missing from this Hawks lineup today, but I guess, are they worth 11 points?
Yeah, it's a good question. Time will tell, I suppose. But I suppose it'll change the if the game is gone at this stage with 7 minutes to go. The Hawks, this may change the whole landscape of the ladder going into the second round.
Well, it certainly will.
Wanderers late Macquarie today, so it'll be interesting to see what's happened out there. Could be an upset.
Yeah, Kevill was out today as well, so we'll have a look at that after the game.
Had to run, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. And little chip over the top. Oh, he's kicked to himself. The foot race is on. Maxwell does well to get back, though. Well done by the veteran. Isharima, though. He's looked a bit shaky at the back as Walkling now runs. Waratahs, they're out on their feet. Walkling can't find support. Oh, the knock on by Assey.
Now there's a bit of argy-bargy in the game.
Well, a bit of a hug as well.
It's good to see.
Walkling.
Two guys that
fire.
really care about the game in Carl Manu and Ivan Walkling having a go at it and both cracking up laughing. Hilarious.
So Davies. He's been solid, Davies, the Welsh halfback.
He has, yeah, definitely. He's used those solid legs, and he has been. He's been impressive.
He's almost Hobbit-like, isn't he?
He's very much so. They lived in small houses over there in the Cotswolds and stuff, didn't they?
Well, he's in Llandudno. All my family actually comes from the same area where he's from. All my cousins.
Well, there you go. They obviously share some similarities. So
we're both got very big calves. As the ball comes in, Davies the man. Reynolds won't pick up this time. Sherritt standing fairly wide, and he's going to punch it downfield again. Isharima forced to turn. Vure will pick the ball up. He has a look. We haven't really seen him open up, and here he goes now. Vure.
Yeah, they've done well keeping him contained, because if he does get open space, he's like a racehorse.
So Assey now picking up from the back. Here comes Assey. Taken down, last-ditch effort by the Waratahs, but they're really struggling now to get back, and that's a penalty.
That'll have to be a card, won't it?
Quick tap taken, though. Brennan, Silla has Weaver outside. Dummies. Here he goes, Silla. The big prop forward, Manu, dances away from Weaver. So a little knock on. That was almost the chance Hamilton needed.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely
to get within striking distance to win this match.
Yep, I think you're absolutely right. We're sort of just letting ourselves down at the last sort of pass. Go to deck with it. Recycle and just get these guys moving, I suppose, is the key.
Well, that man there, he's been the difference, Dane Sherritt.
Yeah, him along with the hooker in
Peniata.
Yeah. It'll be a toss of a coin for who's the man of the match out of those two.
Well, you got to go with the points, don't you?
You might be right.
He's pretty much scored all the points here for the Waratahs.
I thought being a front rower, you'd be advocating for Peniata. I'm obviously firmly in the Sherritt camp.
I'm a massive Dane Sherritt fan.
No way.
Former fly half too, by the way, Paul. So the ball comes back now, Sherritt. Bounces towards the touchline again. Isharima with a big long ball inside to Vure. Vure goes back to Vasagotti. Hint of a forward pass, and here he goes. Chips over the top. Vasagotti. Lutz is aware to it, though. Hasn't had too much involvement, Lutz.
No, but what he's done has been very effective, hasn't it?
And that ball goes over the touchline. So this match is going to culminate, I guess, in the Waratahs becoming victors. Does Hundhouse man of the match? Are you going to stick with Sherritt?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think we need to. I think he's had a really, really solid game, and he was the guy that got them on the front foot early. Pennyata sort of rode that momentum and continued it on, but no, Sherritt's been outstanding.
Ball comes off the top. Clay has it. Kicks it downfield. Don't know what that was all about.
Right, Brad, go.
But the ball in hand is what's going to win Hamilton the game as Walkling struggles to get back. He may have touched that as well.
I'm not sure about that, but
We'll see what the touch judge says. I thought he
Do the sub now.
got a hand to it.
18 red, let's go. Just wait. 18 red. 18. You're going off.
So it'll be a Hamilton throw. Can they go coast to coast here, Paul?
Oh, if anyone's going to do it, it'll have to get out to Vasagotti, won't it? They're kicking.
Kicking again. This is
Strange.
This is odd.
Yeah. Unless they know there's more time than we do, but it's very odd.
Just happy to close out the game, and
I think the Hawks will be looking forward to a new week starting after this week and getting their troops back on deck.
well, I was singing the praise of Paul Nixon earlier on, and looks like Bubba Coleman is actually missed at Passmore Oval. So Sherritt, he was standing flat. Manu now still attacking here, the Waratahs. Oh, going without it, Lutz.
Good clean out.
So they pick and drive now, the Waratahs. They manage to hold on to the ball. Davies now choosing to kick.
Clever.
Nice box kick. Clay.
He's got to run, doesn't he?
He's going to kick it. Oh, it's deflected by Bailey, and
Touch. No quick layouts. No quick layouts. Touch.
the full 80's gone here, so there's probably going to be about 1 minute of extra time.
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't be long. It's been a pretty
2 to go.
standard 2 to go. There we go. 2 minutes to go. The Hawks need to play for a bonus point now.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see why they would be kicking it. That's a penalty, so quick tap by Walkling. Walkling going up the field. Here comes Walkling. Oh, taken by Davies. Good tackle from behind. Here's Kilmurray. Kilmurray, oh, he's taken awkwardly, slipped into the tackle. I don't know about that being a penalty. He did slip.
It's an interesting one, but any contact above the head, above the shoulders is high tackle.
Maxwell. Rockaboro. So here they come now. Clay goes wide. They don't really have the runners out there, but they managed to find something. The Waratahs' defensive line looks out on its feet at the moment.
It looks like they could be opened up.
Vure coming in, doing some work, searching for the ball. Clay kicking in behind to nobody. So Bailey, look at him go. He's quick.
He's got some wheels.
Dummies. Oh, good hands there by Manu. Manu flipped over on his back, though. Davies this time looking for the touch line.
Exactly what was needed for Waratah. Exactly what was needed.
Come back now.
So Hines will get half a minute of play, I guess.
You watch, he'll do something in half a minute to play.
Yep.
He's that sort of player. Is there a try in the Hawks?
Well, you'd like to think so. They've got certainly the attacking fortitude to do it. Walkling He sparked a second half revival. Sherritt definitely offside there. Jumped the gun.
Yeah, I am serious. Go.
Yellow card too. I don't know about that.
Well, he should have. In all honesty, I think he should have given these yellow cards earlier when sort of the Hawks had a bit of momentum and they lost that momentum as a result. So, Sherritt probably a little bit unlucky, but he probably deserves an early finish anyway. It's been pretty handy.
Well, he's going to get Dust Hunt House man of the match, and Rockaboro drives through the centre. Maxwell, good run. The engine never stops going. Sorry, it was Weaver.
That's out. Well within their
Oh,
rights.
Lutz does well, palming off a couple. He's strong outside centre.
This will be the game, I think.
Long kick down the field, and Vasagotti will watch it go towards the sideline. He's up against Bailey. He's thrown the ball away. Hamilton do well to get back to it. Was that Kilmurray?
Yeah, it was Paddy. There'll be a turnover here, and if they shift it wide, they are in.
He's fought well on a beat inside, hasn't he, Kilmurray? Hines caught there. Heemskirk, the fullback, trying to get involved.
Still chances out wide.
They go there. Frankie Roberts. Here they come again.
That's good.
Rokotolu offloads. Leading Hammies close. Picking and drive. Davies. Oh, he almost crawled over the line there. Put on his back, and they're held up there, are they? Yes, they are held up. That surely will be the game here at Waratah Oval. Yes, it is, Paul Dan. As we mentioned, thanks for having you up here in the box. The Hamilton Hawks go down for their second defeat in a row.
Yeah, it's surprising, I suppose, not in some ways, but the Waratahs thoroughly deserve that win. On their sponsors' day, they had reason to go, and as you can see there, you're just pointing to it there. That's Dane Sherritt, man of the match. He was too good, along with the rest of his team.
Yeah, definitely scored the bulk of the points here today on Bar TV Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, get involved with Bar TV Sports all across the weekend. We have a live rugby league match tomorrow and a live feature match in the Northern NPL as well. So get in the game with Bar TV Sports. Of course, support all the partners in this Rams 2016 Premiership. I'm Gareth Wozniak. It's been a pleasure being here at Waratah Oval today, and we'll catch you next time.
Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.